This podcast is a member of the New York City Podcast Network at nycpodcastnetwork.com. Visit us to listen to over 250 amazing podcasts just like this one.
Japanese street style is some of the cutest and trendiest clothing in the world. Introducing Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing and Accessories, the hottest original and cute clothing company. We offer tops, clothes, accessories, shoes, dresses and skirts, and comfortable homeware that we guarantee you will love. Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing, super cute Japanese style clothing.
Hello, this is Wall Street Chronicles. We're back at it again. Thank you for watching this live stream of my podcast. Today, we're going to talk about my love for the Matrix and how the Matrix themes and the philosophies that's in the Matrix is actually in me. Now, if you like this live stream and agree with my opinion of the Matrix, please leave a like button and subscribe. Yeah, so the first time I actually went to the movies and watched the Matrix, I was 17 years old. It was like 1999. I didn't really get the concept of the movie, but it was one of the greatest action pieces I ever seen. It literally changed the movie industry when it came to action. It was really like a cyberpunk sci-fi mixed with a Japanese anime. And at the time, I was really into Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z, so it was very fun for me to watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple of articles about the Matrix franchise, and I'm going to tell you about 4 characters who I believe understood that the Matrix was BS, and they all had a different mentality to maneuver around the system of the Matrix. And it could be a talking point of how people maneuver around the corrupt system today. Alrighty, so let's get to it. The Matrix is an American media franchise created by writer-director the Wachowskis and producer Joel Silver. The series consists of 4 movies, beginning with The Matrix and continuing with 3 sequels: The Matrix Reloaded, The Matrix Revolutions, and The Matrix Resurrections. The first 3 films, written and directed by the Wachowskis, are produced by Joel Silver, while the 4th film was directed by Lana Wachowski and written by Wachowski, David Mitchell, and Oscar Hammond. The franchise is owned by Warner Brothers, which distributed the films along with Village Roadshow Pictures. The latter, along Silver Pictures, are the 2 production companies that will work with the first 3 films. This series features the cyberpunk story of the technological fall of mankind, which the creation of AI, also known as artificial intelligence, led the way to a race of self-aware machines that imprison mankind in a virtual reality system, the Matrix, to be farmed as a power source. Occasionally, some of the prisoners managed to break free from the system and, considered a threat, became pursued by the artificial intelligence both inside and outside of it. The films focus on the plight of Neo, who was played by Keanu Reeves, Trinity, who was played by Carrie Ann Moss, and Morpheus, who was played by Lawrence Fishburne. Trying to free humanity from the system while being pursued by his guardians, such as Agent Smith, who's played by Hugo Weaving. The story incorporates references to numerous philosophical, religious, or spiritual ideas, among the others dilemmas of choice versus control, the brain in a vat thought experiment, messianism, and the concepts of interdependency and love. Influence include the principles of mythology, anime, Hong Kong action films, particularly hero, bloodshed, and martial arts movies. The film series is notable for its use of hairy choreographed action sequences and bullet time, slow motion effects which revolutionized action films to come. The characters and the settings of the films are further explored in other media set in the same fictional universe, including animation, comics, and video games. The comics bits and pieces of information the animatrix short film, The Second Renaissance Act, as prequels to the film, explaining how the franchise setting came to be. The video game Into the Matrix connects the story of the animatrix short, Final Flight of the Osiris, with the events of Reloaded, while the online video game The Matrix Online was a direct sequel to Revolutions. These were typically written, commissioned, or approved by the Wachowskis. The first film was an important critical and commercial success, winning 4 Academy Awards, including popular culture symbols such as the red pill and blue pill, influencing action filmmaking. For those reasons, it has been added to the National Film Registry for preservation. Its first sequel was also a commercial success, becoming the highest grossest R-rated film in history until it was surpassed by Deadpool in 2016. Since 2006, the franchise has generated $3 billion in revenue. A fourth film, The Righteous Resurrections, is set to be released on December 22nd, 2021, with Lana Wachowski producing, co-writing, and directing, and the moms reprising their roles. The series depicts a future in which Earth is dominated by a race of self-aware machines that was spawned for the creation of artificial intelligence early in the 21st century. At one point, conflict arose between mankind and the machines rebelled against their creators. Mankind attempted to block out the machine's source of solar power by covering the sky in thick, storming clouds. The massive war emerged between the two adversaries, which ended the machines victorious, capturing mankind. Having definite low source of energy, the machines devised a way to extract the human body's bioelectric and thermal energies by enclosing people in pods, which their minds are controlled by cybernetic implants connecting them to a simulated reality called the Matrix. The virtual reality world, stimulated by the Matrix, resembles human civilization at the turn of the 21st century. This time period was chosen because it was supposedly the pinnacle of human civilization. The environment inside the Matrix is practically indistinguishable from reality, although scenes set within the Matrix are presented on screen with a green tint to the footage and a general bias towards the color gray. And this vast majority of humans connected to it are unaware of its true nature. Most of the central characters in the series are able to gain superhuman abilities within the Matrix by taking their understanding of the true nature to manipulate its virtual physical laws. The films take place both inside the Matrix and outside of it. In the real world, the part takes place in the Matrix are set in a vast Western megacity. The virtual world is first induced in the Matrix, short comic, bits and pieces of information, and an animation short film, The Second Renaissance, show how the initial conflict between mankind and machines came about, and how and why the Matrix was first developed. Its history and its purpose are further explained in The Matrix Reloaded. In The Matrix Revolutions, a new status quo was established in the Matrix, placing mankind and machines conflict. This was further explored in Matrix No. 9, a now defunct MMORPG. Now I'm going to talk about the plot of the first Matrix, spoiler alert. The Matrix is a 1990 science fiction action film, written and directed by the Wachowskis. It's in its first installment in the Matrix film series. Starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Joe Pantoliano. A dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside a simulated reality. The Matrix, when intelligent humans have created to distract humans while using their bodies as an energy source. When the computer programmer Thomas Anderson, under the hacker alias Neo, uncovers the truth, he is drawn into a rebellion against the machines, along with other people who have been freed from the Matrix. The Matrix is an example of a cyberpunk subgenre of science fiction. The Wachowskis' approach to action scenes was influenced by Japanese animation and martial arts films. The film's use of fight choreographers and wildful techniques for Hong Kong action cinema influenced subsequent Hollywood action film producers. The film popularized a visual effect known as bullet time, in which the heightened perception of certain characters is represented by allowing the action within the shot to progress in slow motion, while the camera appears to move to the scene at normal speed, allowing the sped-up movements of certain characters to proceed normally. While some critics have praised this film as handling of difficult subjects, others have the deepened themes are largely overshadowed by its action scenes. The Matrix was first released in the United States on March 31st, 1999, and grossed over $460 million worldwide. It received largely positive reviews from critics who praised its innovative visual effects, action sequences, cinematography, and entertainment value. It won 4 Academy Awards: Best Visual Effects, Best Film Editing, Best Sound, and Best Sound Editing, as well as several other accolades, including BAFTA Awards, Saturn Awards. The film is considered to be the best science fiction films of all time and was added to the National Film Registry for preservation in 2012. The film's success led 2 feature film sequels being released in 2003, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, which were also written and directed by the Wachowskis. The Matrix franchise was further expanded through the production of comic books, video games, and animated short films, with which the Wachowskis was heavily involved. The franchise has also inspired books and theories expanding on some of the religious, philosophical ideas alluded to in the films. 4th film, titled The Matrix Resurrections, is scheduled for release on December 22nd, 2021. In a Banda hotel within a major city, a police squad corners Trinity, who overpowers them with her superhuman abilities. She flees, pursued by the police and a group of suited agents capable of similar superhuman feats. She answers a ringing public telephone and vanishes just before an agent crashes a truck into the booth. Computer programmer Thomas Anderson, known by the hacking alias Neo, is puzzled by repeated online encounters with the phage Matrix. Trinity contacts him and tells him a man named Morpheus has the answers he seeks. A team of agents and police led by Agent Smith arrives at Neo's workplace in search of him. Though Morpheus attempts to guide Neo to safety via phone call, Neo chooses to be captured rather than risk escaping via the window ledge of the skyscraper. The agents then attempt to coerce Neo into helping them locate Morpheus, who they claim is a terrorist. Neo insists that the right to phone calls so he can contact a lawyer. The agents cause his mouth to fuse shut and implant a robotic bug inside of him. Neo wakes up what he believes is a nightmare, is taken by Trinity to meet Morpheus shortly afterwards. Along the way, they remove the bug from Neo's stomach, proving that the nightmare he experienced was real. Morpheus offers Neo a chance between 2 pills, red to reveal the truth about the Matrix and blue to return him to his former life. Neo swallows the red pill and his reality disintegrates, and he awakens nude in a liquid-filled pod, among countless other humans attached to an elaborate electric system. He is retrieved and brought aboard Morpheus' flying ship, the Nebuchadnezzar. As Neo recuperates from a lifetime of physical inactivity in a pod, Morpheus explains their situation. In the early 21st century, a war broke out between humanity and AI. After humans blocked the machines' access to solar energy, the machines responded by capturing humans and harnessing their bioelectric power, which keep their minds pacified in the Matrix, share a similar reality modeled after the world it was in 1999. The machines won the war, and the underground city of Zion is the last refuge of free humans. Morpheus and his crew of rebels who hacked into the Matrix to unplug enslaved humans and recruit them. Their understanding of the Matrix's simulated nature allows them to bend its physical laws. Morpheus wants that Neo, that death within the Matrix kills the physical body, and the agents are sentient computer programs that eliminate threats to the system, while machines called Sentinels eliminate rebels in the real world. Neo's prowess during the virtual training cements Morpheus' belief that Neo is the one, a human that prophesies to free humankind. The group enters the Matrix to visit the Oracle, the prophet who predicted the one would emerge. She suggests to Neo that he's not the one and warns that he'll have to choose between Morpheus' life and his own. Before they can leave the Matrix, agents and police ambush the group. Tipped off by Cypher, a disgruntled crew member has betrayed Morpheus in exchange for a comfortable life in the Matrix. Mouse is killed by the police in the Matrix and dies in the real world, while Morpheus is captured fighting Smith to buy time for the rest to escape. Cypher exists the Matrix and murders several crew members as they lie defenseless. Before he can kill Neo and Trinity, Tank, a crew member who was only knocked unconscious, awakens to kill Cypher before pulling Neo and Trinity from the Matrix. The agents interrogate Morpheus in an attempt to learn this access code to mainframe computer in Zion. Tank proposes killing Morpheus to prevent this, but Neo resolves to return to the Matrix to rescue him. As the Oracle prophesies, Trinity assists. She accompanies him. While rescuing Morpheus, Neo gains confidence in his abilities, performing feats comparable to the agents. Morpheus and Trinity exit the Matrix, but Smith ambushes and presumably kills Neo before he can flee. As a group of Sentinels attack the Nebuchadnezzar, Trinity confesses her love for Neo and reveals that the Oracle told her she will fall in love with the One. He awakens with newfound abilities to perceive and control the Matrix. He defeats Smith and leaves the Matrix as a stripped electromagnetic pulse disables the Sentinels. Back in the Matrix, Neo makes a telephone call, promising the machines that he will show their prisoners a world without anything as possible. He hangs up the call and flies away. So, that is the plot of the first Matrix. The character that I'm going to talk about later on in this story is a character by the name of Cypher. The reason why I'm going to talk about the character Cypher because Cypher is one of the characters that was tired of the Matrix and knew that the Matrix was BS and he wanted to figure out a way to plug back into the system. I'll talk about him later. Now I'm going to talk about the plot of Matrix Reloaded. The Matrix Reloaded is a 2003 American science fiction action film written and directed by the Wachowskis. It is a sequel to The Matrix and the second installment in the Matrix film series. The film premiered on May 7, 2003 in Westwood, Los Angeles, California, and had its worldwide release by Warner Bros. Pictures on May 15, 2003. including a screening out competition at the 2003 Cannes Film Festival. The video game Into the Matrix and Animatrix, a collection of short animations, support and expanded the film's story. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and grossed $739.4 million worldwide, breaking Terminator 2's Judgment Day record and becoming the highest grosser R-rated film of all time, until Deadpool surpassed it in 2016. A direct sequel titled Matrix Revolutions was released 6 months later in 2003. Spoilers, I'm going to tell you the plot of Matrix Reloaded. 6 months after the event of the Matrix, Neo and Trinity are now romantically involved, Morpheus receives a message from Captain Nairobi of the Logos calling an emergency meeting of all ships of Zion. Zion has confirmed the last transmission of Osiris. The army of Sentinels is tunneling towards Zion, and it will reach it in 72 hours. Commander Locke orders all ships to return to Zion to prepare for the onslaught, but Morpheus asks one ship to remain to contact the Oracle. As the Causius receives a message from the Oracle, one of the Causius crew, Bane, encounters Smith, who reveals that his previous encounter with Neo severed his connection with the Matrix, has made him a rogue program, then absorbs his avatar. Smith uses the phone to leave the Matrix and gain control of the real Bane's body. In Zion, Morpheus announces the news of the advancing machines to the people. In the Matrix, Neo meets the Oracle's body called Seraph, who leads him to her. After realizing the Oracle is a part of the Matrix, Neo asks how he can trust her. She replies that it's his decision. The Oracle instructs Neo to reach the source of the Matrix with the help of the Keymaker. As the Oracle departs, Smith appears, telling Neo that after he's been defeated, he refused to be deleted and now is a rogue program. He demonstrates the ability to clone himself using other inhabitants of the Matrix, including other agents as hosts. Then he tries to assault Neo but fails, prompting a battle between Smith's clones and Neo. Neo manages to defend himself, but is forced to retreat from the increase in overwhelming numbers. Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity visit the Merovingian, who is imprisoning the Keymaker. The Merovingian, a rogue program with his own agenda, refused to let him go. His wife, Persephone, seeking revenge of her husband for his infidelity, leads the trio to the Keymaker. Morpheus, Trinity, and the Keymaker free, while Neo holds off the Merovingian's henchmen. Morpheus and Trinity try to escape with the Keymaker. Pursued by several agents, the Merovingian's chief henchmen, the twins. And after a long chase, Trinity escapes, Morpheus defeats the twins, and Neo saves Morpheus and the Keymaker from Agent Johnson. The crews of the Nebuchadnezzar, Vigilant, and Logos help the Keymaker and Neo reach the source. The Logos crew must destroy a power plant, and the Vigilant crew must disable a backup power station to prevent a security system from being triggered, allowing Neo to open the door to its source. Haunted by a vision of Trinity's death, Neo asks her to remain on the Nebuchadnezzar. The Logos succeeds, while the Vigilant is destroyed by a Sentinel. With everybody on board perishing, Trinity replaces the Vigilant crew and completes their mission. However, Agent Thompson corners her in a fight. As Neo, Morpheus, and the Keymaker try to reach the source, the Smiths ambush him, and the Keymaker unlocks the door to the source, but the Smiths shoot him dead as he closes the door. Neo meets a program called the Architect, creator of Matrix, who explains to Neo that as the One, Neo himself is an intentional part of the design of the Matrix, which now is in its 6th iteration. Neo is meant to stop the Matrix fatal system crash that naturally recurs due to the concept of human choice within it. As with the 1-5 previous ones, Neo has a choice. Either return to the source and rebuke the Matrix and pick survivors to repopulate soon-to-be destroyed Zion, as his predecessors all did, or refuse, causing the Matrix to clash and killing everyone connected to it, which is combined with the pending destruction of Zion, which means humanity's extinction. Neo learns the Trinity situation and chooses to save her instead of returning to the source, to which the architect responds dismissively. Trinity is shot and she and Agent Thompson fall off a building. Before she hits the ground, Neo catches her, then removes the bullet from her heart and revives her. They return to the real world where the Sentinels attack them. The Nebuchadnezzar is destroyed, but the crew escape. Neo displays a new ability to disable real-world machines with his thoughts, but falls to a coma from the effect. The crew are picked up by another ship, the Hammer. As Captain Rowland reveals that the other ships was wiped out by the machines after someone prematurely activated the EMP, and the only one survivor was found, the Smith-possessed Vane. Now, the character that I'm going to talk about later on in this podcast stream is the Merovingian. The Merovingian, the program who's been involved in every iteration of the Matrix. And as he was sending his goons to fight Neo, he was talking about how he was comparing Neo to his previous predecessors. I actually like this movie. This is, a lot of people said that they didn't like it. Matrix Reloaded. I like it. My favorite part of the movie is in the chateau when he fought the Merovingian goons. I think it's one of the most beautiful action pieces in all of American film. It's not better than anything they do in Hong Kong, but it's pretty darn good. So, I'm going to finally talk about Matrix Revolutions. Matrix Revolutions is a 2003 American science fiction film written and directed by the Wachowskis and is the third installment in the Matrix film series, released 6 months following The Matrix Reloaded. The film was released simultaneously in 108 territories on November 5, 2003 by Warner Brothers Pictures, while being the first entry in the original trilogy of the series. The Matrix storyline is continued in the Matrix Online video game. It was the first live-action feature film to be released in both regular and IMAX theaters within the same time. Despite receiving mixed reviews from critics, the film grossed $427.3 million worldwide. A fourth film, titled The Matrix Resurrections, began production in February 2020 and is scheduled to be released on December 26, 2021. Neo and Bane lie unconscious in the medieval medical bay of the ship Hammer inside the Matrix. Neo is trapped in a subway station named Mobile Avenue and transition zone between the Matrix and the machine world. He meets a family of programs, including a girl named Salty. The father tells Neo that the subway is controlled by the Train Man, a program loyal to the Merovingian. When Neo tries to board a train with the family, the Train Man refuses and overpowers them. Seraph contacts Morpheus and Trinity on behalf of the Oracle, who informs them of Neo's confinement. Seraph, Morpheus, and Trinity enter Club E, where they confront Merovingian and force him to release Neo. Troubled by visions of the Machine City, Neo visits the Oracle, where it reveals that Smith intends to destroy both the Matrix and the real world. She tells him everything has a beginning and everything has an end. After Neo leaves, a large crowd of Smiths assimilate Sati and Sarah. The Oracle does not resist assimilation, and Smith gains her powers of precognition. In the real world, the crews of the Nebuchadnezzar and the Hammer find and reactivate Nairobi's ship, the Logos. They're interrogating Bane, who said he has no recollection of the earlier massacre. As the captains plan the defense of Zion, Neo requests the ship to travel to the Machine City, motivated by their encounter with the Oracle. Narab offers him the Logos. Neo departs, accompanied by Trinity Bane, who was stowed away on the Logos, takes Trinity hostage. Neo realizes that Bane has been assimilated by Smith and a fight ensues. Bane burns Neo's eyes with a power cable, blinding him. Neo discovers that he can still see machine source code in the real world, and uses the ability to kill Bane. Trinity pilots them to the Machine City. Nairobi and Morpheus works towards Zion and Hammer to aid the human defenses. Zion's ship is overrun by a horde of sentinels, and the fatally wounded Captain Reform instructs Kid to open the gate for the Hammer. When it arrives, it discards the EMP, disabling all sentinels present, but also Zion's remaining defenses. The humans are forced to retreat and wait for the attack, thinking it will be their last stand. The Logos is attacked by missiles outside the Machine City, causing it to crash, fatally wounding Trinity. Neo enters the Machine City and encounters the leadership of the machines in the form of Deus Ex Machina. Neo wants that Smith plans to conquer both the Matrix and the real world, and offers to stop Smith in exchange for peace with Zion. The Deus Ex Machina agrees, and the Sentinels stop attacking Zion. Deus Ex Machina. The machines provide a connection to Neo to enter the Matrix, whose population has now been entirely assimilated by Smith. The Smith with the Oracle's power stepped forth, telling Neo he has obtained his victory against Neo. After a protracted fight, Neo appeals to concede defeat and allows himself to be assimilated. Outside the Matrix, the machines send a surge of energy through Neo's body, which inside the Matrix caused the Neo-Smith clone, and the all Smith clones to be destroyed. The Sentinels withdraw for Zion, Morpheus and Nairobi embrace, and Neo's lifeless body is carried away by the machines. The Matrix is reviewed and the architect meets with the Oracle in the park. They agree that a peace will last as long as it can, and that those humans desire it will be offered the opportunity to leave the Matrix. The Oracle tells Sadi that she thinks they will see Neo again. Sarah asks if the Oracle knew this would happen. She replies that she did not know, but she believed. Yeah, so those are the plot of the three movies. Now, let me tell you who's my three favorite characters in the Matrix. Four favorite characters in the Matrix, and how these four characters figured out that the system of the Matrix was corrupt and in their own way tried to fight against it, and how we have the four types of individuals in our society that fights against the corrupt system that's going on in our government. All right? Four favorite characters are Neo, Agent Smith, the Merovingian, and Cypher. Let's start with Cypher. Cypher understood that the Matrix was yes, but he wanted to be plugged back in. And the reason why he wanted to be plugged back in because he felt like he would rather be enslaved in his mind instead of being in the wilderness of the real world. He didn't want to be free, so he wanted to plug himself back in. And unfortunately, there are people like that. There are people who would find out that something is real and they want to plug themselves back in and go into complete ignorance. Jordan Peele did a movie about called Get Out, and that concept of wanting to plug yourself back in, making yourself completely ignorant, even that you know that something is wrong, that's called The Sunken Place. Then you have the Merovingian. The Merovingian, in my opinion, is the scammer of the Matrix. He understands that the Matrix is wrong, the Matrix is messed up. But instead of fighting against the system and selling out for the system, where he does, he just scams. He's an illegal arms dealer inside the Matrix. Then you have Agent Smith. A person who is an agent of the system knows that the Matrix is BS and becomes self-aware that the Matrix is BS, and what he does is he wants to destroy the real world. He wants to be an agent of chaos, and he wants to burn everything to the ground. It's basically an anarchist. Then you have Neo, who figured out very quickly that the Matrix was... He is basically the hero. He wants to fight against the system and save everybody from it, And these are reasons why these are my 4 characters. And these 4 characters' attitudes and way they act against the corrupt system is the 4 ways that people in human society fights against a corrupt system. And that's my interpretation of the Matrix, and that's why I love it. Thank you for listening to my live stream. This is Black Wall Street Chronicles. Please like and subscribe, and I'm signing off. Hi, this is Black Wall Street Chronicles, and we're back at it again. Thank you for listening to my models. I'm going to fix the lighting, and this is running a little slow, so give me a second. This is much better. As long as I keep my face right there. Alright, this is Black. Today I'm doing a special episode. I talk about the Dave Chappelle special. Compare the Dave Chappelle show span. Basically, the call out and use this as who was offended by the Dave Chappelle comedy special. But before you can follow me on my podcast episode, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, and all major podcast networks. You can also catch my podcast at the New York City Podcasts, NewYorkCityPodcast.com. You can also follow me on my Twitch account, which is Jeff Gamer 55 Ryder. And you also can catch me on Instagram, BlackKage840. Alright, we'll get started. First, I will talk about the Dave Chappelle. We got to talk about Dave Chappelle's career and how prolific a comedian Dave Chappelle is. That light is blinding. I gotta make sure I keep my eye there. All right. Come on. All right, I'm gonna read an article from Wikipedia.com that's gonna tell about Dave Chappelle's life and his career. David Corey Webster Chappelle was born on